have today with us Ms. Radha Ramaswami Basu ma'am, who is the founder and CEO of iMerit Technology Services. She has an exemplary career of over 40 years in the techno-management innovation and has been a leading entrepreneur in Indian software business. Ma'am is also a recipient of numerous awards, including the UN Women ITU Gender Equality Mainstreaming Technology Award and the Global Thinker Forum Award of Excellence in the Youth Development. Welcome, ma'am, and wishing you a very happy Women's Day.
Thank you. And please don't call me ma'am.
Ma'am, with so much buzz about the gender diversity, do you think our organizations are dealing with some unconscious biases? And what are the pointers that we, the budding managers, can take down to avoid these?
I personally don't think very much about gender diversity. I think that it has to come naturally from within. A company that doesn't understand how critical it is to have the women's point of view when they're selling products, technology, services, is actually losing 50% of their market. So, and women bring diversity of many kinds. You bring many different points of view. And so when you're designing a product or service, whatever it is you're doing, then you bring that diversity of views into that design, into that service. So I think it's a business imperative to have the diversity. Having said that, I was telling you this before, I am so thrilled that iMerit is a technology company in areas that are absolutely leading edge, artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. And 52% of our workforce, we have 1,300 workers, 52% are women. And why are they there? Not because I chose to make the company 52% or somebody did, but because they're the darn best at what they do. And the world is 50-50, and I want to have a workforce that represents that.
We are also looking forward to the same. Now, my next question is, with diversity being so intricate, how can we deal with it without hurting the sentiments of a particular section?
See, the word diversity has implied in it inclusion. When you think of diversity not from a diverse point of view, but from an inclusion point of view, that's why I like to think of it as inclusion rather than diversity. When you think of it as inclusion, inclusion means what? People feel included. So you're not hurting sentiments. You're not doing something that causes things to be done, to be parted. You're doing some things to have inclusion, whether it is youth. We were talking about this today, right? That the people were saying, how do you develop a workforce that works through AI, machine learning, all these different technologies? And it was saying that people who are young, you can't just, if you're creating a company that has an inclusive workforce, you're having a lot of young people, and you shouldn't start thinking that hierarchically the managers are all the older people because they have the experience. That in itself is a diversity, just like gender is. But it's more that you are doing it in an inclusive way rather than in a way that by doing it for somebody you are taking it away from somebody else. Because at the end you want the best workforce and you want it to be inclusive. So I think of it as inclusive. I don't think of it as gender diversity or youth diversity. I think of it as inclusion.
Ma'am, my next question is that in today's world, personal gains, it takes precedence over the social welfare. And what should we do in order to synergize the outcome of the two?
It's a lovely question. I actually think that the youth today have more focus on social and more focus and more social awareness because of social media, because of the internet, because of a variety of different things, there is more social awareness than, let's say, in the generation that might come from. When I speak to our workforce, our own employees, but also our clients' employees, and as you know, most of our clients, 90+%, at this point happen to be in the US. Our clients themselves are people we work with are pretty young. Because when you're working in AI and areas like that, your data scientists are all up young people. And I actually feel our experience is that social awareness is high. So if they had the opportunity to work with company A and company B, both doing the same kind of services, but company B had some social impact, invariably. If I look at our young people who come from a social impact background, so by nature that's where they come in, their village or tribal life, minority or whatever, many of them, in fact I would say pretty much all of them, look at how their earnings can bring value back to their communities. They're not thinking only about, oh, I'm going to move to Delhi or Kolkata or Bangalore and buy the latest fashions. They're saying, how can I bring water to my community? How can I lay a brick road to my community? How can I create schools where young children are learning from the community? So I would differ with you. I think social awareness and use of combined, so what's called purposeful innovation, or jobs that have purpose to them, I think is becoming a way of life for the young workers. And that's one of the things I really love about working with young people. You know, our average age of my company is 24.6, so I have a lot of young people around me. And is that there is a very vigorous debate about social awareness. And every Friday we have whoever wants to will come up with a topic that they want to talk about, that's social awareness. And it's very hotly debated, discussed, and then they'll come up with an action plan to do something. So I think this is the awareness is more there.
And this way they are also bringing the technology in line with what they are socially
Exactly.
aware about.
Exactly. So technology and business and social impact kind of come together. So they start to use the same technologies for social impact. So yeah.
And that is in some way due to the disruption as well.
Exactly. That's disruption. You're exactly right. Disruption is causing it. Yeah.
And ma'am, my last question would be like, what is your message to the young women out there who are trying to excel in the field they have chosen?
You know, for me, these messages are, you have a dream, you want to excel in something, be passionate about it. And something that was discussed today. In today's world, we try a lot of things. We fail at some, we're better at some, and you learn more about yourself. So the ability to fail, dust off, learn stuff, move on, be ever learning. My best years of learning have been the last 5 years. Okay, and everybody says, "Oh, your experience is so much. Share your learnings with us." And I say, "Well, I'm still learning." And I will end with saying, in that context, something. My mentor was David Packard, the founder of Hewlett-Packard. And David, at his last general managers meeting, I was very fortunate to be sitting next to him at lunch. And he was asked the question, in your career, and he had created this, he and Bill Hewlett had created this wonderfully large company from their garage. He said that, he was asked, what was the high point of your career? What was that Everest? In fact, that's what they asked him. He twiddled his thumbs and he says, that mountain is still before me. And I learned that day that every day is a learning experience. And the minute that somebody gets to the point where they say, I know a lot of things, I'm now going to impart the knowledge to other people,
That's
start.
the day the decline
That's the
starts.
day the decline starts. Exactly. So, I'm still learning.
Definitely, ma'am. We'll keep this message in our minds and propagate it with
Yeah.
future generations.
Ma'am, excuse me. One question from my side. A quick one-liner on feminism.
Feminism.
Yeah, it's actually.
What is this today about? All of you
Yeah, that's
asking
why, because
women's questions.
it's being considered as one of the highly misconceived things in the world. So in these days, so
Feminism.
just a quick one-liner. Maybe a successful woman like you can, clear the air on this thing.
You know, feminism to me is very personal. It's about proud of being a woman and proud of being integrated with men in this world. So to me, that's feminism. I don't know. I don't know what feminism is. Frankly, that's not. I don't think about it very much.
Ma'am, one question.
Yes.
One adjective to describe women. One. Just one.
To describe what?
Women.
Women. One adjective. Oh my gosh.
Ma'am, your favorite. Okay.
My one adjective. Totally, like women are always doing something different from what you expect them to do. I don't know if there's one word for it. I think that women are so bold and opinionated and have totally new ideas and passionate. They juggle everything. And in my opinion, love being in the world with men. So,
Great, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
It
much,
was a
ma'am.
pleasure to have you here.
we're a great time.